welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Theory. That's right, we may be wearing the Popcorn Confessional shirts, but this is a follow-up to our pilot episode on who is the killer behind the Ghostface mask. So there are some Easter eggs that popped up that kind of support our theories in the first one, 2 out of the 3. So we're going to dive into it because there is a new theory that we would like to discuss. Before we jump into everything, first I want to thank all of our new subscribers for joining and helping boost our numbers up a lot. So thank you, appreciate you. Appreciate all the comments.
I was just going to say thank you for all the great comments. Makes us feel good about what we're doing. Yes, because there was a lot of work that's went into the Easter egg video and the original theory video. But as you may know, and if you don't, because you're new here, it is the quest for 1,000 subscribers. So what that means is, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed yet, please check to see if you are subscribed by checking that little button and making sure it says subscribed. And it is your chance to win some money. So help us get to 1,000 subscribers, and then we will choose a person to win that money. So thank you. Now let's talk about the new theory. As some people may have known, Scream always focuses on Halloween. However, in this film, it changed up a little bit. We kind of shifted to Psycho, which has interwoven itself into Scream, and you have to wonder, why is this being called out so much? Now, let's take a look at a couple things that's going to build up into the theory and where it's going, right? The mention of the word psycho is either in text or in conversation 5 times. And we recently discovered that there is a 5th poster at Mindy and Chad's house, and that is the Psycho poster. It is to the right of the Vertigo poster. It's flashed really quickly, but I happen to recognize the design and how that is laid out. Now, on top of that, Sam Loomis. Everybody right away is thinking, oh, Dr. Samuel Loomis from Halloween. But Sam Loomis is also from Psycho. He was Marion Crane's boyfriend, who married her sister. Interesting, right? A little weird. But...
Hey, it was the 60s. People were weird back then. Let's continue down the Marion Crane path. Wes was a tribute to Wes Craven, but he was also Marion Crane. The kid dyed his hair blonde. And then he recreated the shower scene, except he didn't get offed in the shower scene. And if you missed it and didn't connect those dots, Ghostface clearly pointed it out when he called Judy Hicks by saying, hey, did you ever see Psycho? Interesting, right? So we have all these little references to Psycho. And now let's talk about Amber's monologue. Partly through Amber's monologue, she goes, ee, 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 to Gail, I think it was, at the time. And the music in the beginning and towards the ending scene was a twist on the Psycho music from the previous films. Now, of course, we have the biggest clue of all, which is setting the stage for what's coming next, and that is Sam seeing visions of Billy. This is not something new, right? She's on meds. We've seen the meds being taken at the bowling alley, then at the hospital, and essentially, that's really more or less her split personality. And we're going to talk about why that is a key point to remember when we get a little bit further into our theory. Well, let's throw back all the way back to the original movie where Billy himself says,
we all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy!
Oh, Perkins psycho.
So in this film, torches are passed. It was actually said in the film that torches are being passed. So it's right there. There's also a reason why Sydney survives, and if she does not sign on for the next film, it's for good reason. And we will see her again for what will be her greatest showdown ever.
Oh, yeah.
So first, let's establish the characters that I am sure we all see as the new core four. Sam is Sydney. A crazier Sydney. Chad is Dewey. I can see that. Mindy is Randy. Can definitely see that. And Tara may be the new Gale, but we have a feeling that the real Gale will be back one more time, even if it's only for an opening or closing scene. Now let's look at Psycho. Marion Crane is on the run after stealing from her employer. She checks into a motel and attracts the attention of Norman, who asks to have dinner with him in the house. When Norman's mother learns of this, she threatens to kill Marion. Seems to be right on par.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Norman ignores his mother's orders, which leads to Marion being stabbed to death.
We all know Norman is schizophrenic. And what sets him off to killing Marion is during dinner.
Wouldn't it be better if you put her someplace?
You mean an institution? A madhouse? People always call a madhouse someplace, don't they? Put her in someplace.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to sound uncaring.
What do you know about caring?
With mental health, sometimes it's just that smallest little bit of a trigger that sets somebody off. Now let's think about it. Since Scream 2 came out, everybody's kind of always wanted to see one person behind the mask, and that's Sydney. So we always wanted to see Sydney go crazy and start cutting up some bitches, right? Now...
Not me. Well, I have no desire to see Sid snap. I like her character, and now she's married and has kids, so they really normalized her. I don't want that to happen.
Well, I don't think they really normalized her. We'll talk about that in just a couple of moments. But the fans are going to get what they want. So we established a new Sydney, and that new Sydney has some mental issues. So we are going to see her be the person that snaps. And there's a reason for it.
As we mentioned, Sam sees Billy. Her leaving Woodsboro was because she was afraid that she was going to kill her sister. She said as much. Now, it's probably not just anxiety. It's probably a deep-seated urge to slash some throats. When she kills Richie, it is not just killing someone. She is frenzied. And it was so weird because Sam was like, oh, so you want me to help you and the woman on TV kill someone? And they're like, yeah, like it's no big deal. And then she's the one that really goes crazy. So the latest events of Woodsboro open the door for Billy's return. But she's probably pushed over the edge in the next film when Stu returns to Woodsboro to exact revenge on Sam, not Sydney. Because why not? He was Billy's lackey. He only did what Billy really told him to do. Because, like we all know, Billy had a motive, right? Billy had a motive because of the affair that his mom had with Sid's slut mother. And what was Stu's motive?
Hello?
Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
That's not a motive, kids.
So, with that, we've seen the Stu Easter egg in the YouTube video. We've seen Stu get made fun of multiple times in this film.
Like, they don't know who he is.
Exactly. So, looks like somebody's going to come to exact his revenge because, like, forgot about me? Still here. Now, here's, before we get into the whole Stu thing, here's why it's going to be Sam becoming that character that snaps and goes under the mask. We have a female protagonist that has been elevated so high up in this franchise, and she's so badass that she's not getting killed in an opening scene. She's not getting offed halfway through a movie, because that would disrespect the character. The character is on another level, right? Think about it. When you go to see Nightmare on Elm Street films back in its heyday, Friday the 13th, Chucky, it was like, who are you rooting for? I'm rooting for people to die. I want to see Freddy kill somebody. I want to see Jason kill somebody. Chucky. Saw movies. I want to see people caught in the traps. Here, think about it, right? When I go see the movie, it's like, I want to see Ghostface kill some people, but I want to see Sidney kick ass too.
Yeah.
You're kind of divided. So you have a character that is so high up there. A killer that's introduced in one film is not going to be the person that takes her out.
No.
Stu is not going to be the person that takes her out because she already beat him. So having him come back to kill her, what purpose does it serve? It doesn't serve any. So we're going to get Sam to go full-on psycho. And we're going to elevate her up over this next film so that she is very close to being on par with Sidney, so that you have a more even match. Because let's face it, right? Stu comes back to exact his revenge, and we have possibly a Billy and Stu reunion in the next film. And I say that because, depending on however they would play it out, you would have the Sam character going in between personalities, just like Norman. One minute he's the mom, one minute he is himself. Here, Sam would be crossing between Billy and herself. I think the trigger point is Tara. You survive one opening act of a film, you don't survive two. So she'll get the little notch that she survived one, but I think Tara gets killed by Stu, which pushes Sam over the edge and allows Billy to assume control of her. And I think Gail's another one. She's done next film too. Maybe the end of the film or maybe the middle of the film, but she ain't gonna survive.
I don't think so. I think Gail's time is done in this franchise. She was never my favorite character anyway, so it's whatever.
The arc is over for her.
But I feel, yeah, I mean, because now what? Now she doesn't even have Dewey. Like, you know, they show the one scene in the movie and Dewey was definitely going to text her and say, I still love you. But he erased it and didn't send it. And now Dewey's gone. So what does she have? She's got her career in New York. She doesn't have any reason to be in Woodsboro, you know, so she's done.
Yeah, she's done. So this film did a lot of great things with tying up a lot of loose ends. So Gail's a loose end. Tara surviving, being the only one to survive an opening, that's a loose end. Kirby's a loose end. Does she come back in the film? Maybe, but maybe in the last one to help Sidney. Or maybe she comes in as a mentorship for Sam in the next film and then gets double-crossed halfway towards the end. After Sam offs Stu, then there is a reason to go for Sidney. And the reason to go for Sidney is because Billy is going to play on that. And he's going to talk inside her head and say, hey, the reason for all of your problems and for your sister dying is because of that bitch Sidney. And Sam, who's not going to be in a right mindset, is going to believe that. And then she is going to go off hunting because we have elevated her to be an apex predator in this film. So she is going to go look for Sidney. And maybe there's Neil Prescott that comes back and he gets killed off because he is a loose end. So what's your theory for the next film or the next two films? Is it done? Is everybody satisfied with this being an ending? I don't think it's an ending.
I honestly don't think you can be like a true Scream fan and feel like you're satisfied and that this is the end. Especially because this movie, the only thing it really did was open up more doors and more passageways for it to be, for something more to happen. So for them to end it like this would be kind of like how they ended the first series of Dexter.
Let us know what you think. What's your theories? Is Kirby coming back? Is she going to be a Ghostface killer? Are we going to see Sam versus Stu? Are we going to see Stu versus Sidney? Are we going to see Sam versus Sidney? Are we going to see Sam and Tara versus Sidney?
Okay.
There's so many ways you can go.
All right, we're going to stop him now. because he's gonna go off the rails.
The pinball machine. So
Exactly.
many ways.
Okay. You'll have to wait for the next one, and it's gonna be a while, I think. So
Yeah.
hopefully not too long though, because I mean these characters aren't getting any younger. I mean Sid's approaching her 50s in real life, and in the movie too. She's close to it. So.
Yeah, I don't want to see an older character like Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
So
like in Halloween Kills, I was just like, can we just kill her already, please?
yeah.
I'm done with this character. She's just annoying.
Oh,
now.
in the movie, she's so annoying.
Like-
yeah, I was over it. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and share so we can keep getting more subscribers and you can win some of our money.
Yep. And the next week, we should have a movie review because there is a new movie that's coming out. That is like,
I'm not thrilled about it either.
yeah.
I'm just
I
saying,
know.
there's actually two, but neither one looks better than the other. There's Redeeming Love and then like The King's Daughter or something with Pierce Brosnan, and there's like a mermaid, I think.
You had me at Pierce Brosnan and you lost me at Mermaid.
Yeah, he's got like this long hair. I don't know, some like mermaid magic, and it's only like an hour and a half long. So it's I'll just go with Redeeming Love, and I'll get through it with some alcohol.
Yeah, if we don't do a review, maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we do find out what's on the phone, and we'll just do another part 2 to our Easter eggs with all of the rest.
Yeah, because this may be a movie we just don't want to talk about.
True. So until the next, see ya.
See ya.